think about 10 years. Yeah. But you know, I guess 10 years ago I got introduced to it. Maybe introduced even earlier, but I really started working in it probably like 8 years ago, and then like just kind of increasing the amount of time I spent in ZBrush. The more you learn it, the more fun it gets.
Yeah.
You know, because the less you start thinking about how the tool works, and you just start thinking about what you want to get, like in the design.
How to get there.
That's it.
So I think for me, what you were doing is pretty like probably 3 months' work.
Well, I guess yeah, like in the beginning, of course. One thing that I kind of forced myself to do is, even though it's like digital and you can technically speaking create yourself like some kind of presets from which you start, I like to kind of build up everything from scratch, at least like when I'm working on my personal projects.
Right.
Just to practice this kind of build up the mileage in building up the shapes, sculpture. When you're working on the commercial project and yeah, like time is money, then yeah, I can use shortcuts, right? Yeah.
Very impressive, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
What graphics card are you using to do it?
Pardon me?
What's the graphics card you're using to do it?
Oh, here, you know, like ZBrush doesn't really require a strong
Not a
graphics
heavy
card.
duty.
It more like relies on a good processor and RAM. Yeah. I don't know what exactly
What
rig
that
is
one's
here.
running?
Yeah. I personally, well, you know, like ZBrush is actually pretty good in like working even with the weaker computers.
Okay.
So it just probably like the well, how comfortable it gets like with the more complex sculptures. So when you get into a lot of detail, weaker machines can start like showing a little bit of lag. You can still work. It just slows you down. So the faster machine you have, just more pleasurable
Right. Yeah, I mean,
experiences, right?
I've used 3D Studio Max in Maya before. Lightweight,
Yeah.
so it's like, I mean, sometimes
So
it's like really
same
heavy.
kind of idea. Yeah.
Okay, that's good enough.
And I wish at some point like ZBrush would be able to do some Maya stuff. You know, like crazy rendering, maybe
Why can't they
animation.
swap and have different same components?
Yeah. That's true. I started making a booger frame. Yeah, it's like I really like the way ZBrush works.
I just like the fact you can, like, you're doing it right now, you're on a giant screen and you're doing it with the pen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the day you put on a pair of goggles and you have 3D, you know what I mean? You just...
Oh, dude, I'm waiting like for a pair of gloves.
Yep.
With some like feedback, you know, and like the VR helmet and the full-on sculpting. That's probably like future of ZBrush.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be black top.
Yeah, especially nowadays with like 3D printers and be able to make your own stuff, you know.
Oh man, yeah, 3D printing. Well, the whole world like right now is just giving so many tools to artists and just people in general like to play with. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah. Just gotta have like the strength to experiment with all this stuff, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay, I guess I can add some eyes to this dude. Instead of just carving them out, I could insert them.
You have a good day.
You too, buddy. So usually I just go and like insert a sphere and go from there. I've pre-made a couple of eyes which I'll just quickly fit in, just like to save some time. Oh, those are gigantic eyes. They're like not very symmetrical. There you go. We'll off this guy. In there. Okay, we'll fit it in there.
I think it's tomorrow.
I can stretch the eyelids around. This method is like a little messy, I guess, in the beginning. Again, I kind of like it because I oftentimes like get to work with some interesting, happy accidents. You know, can't shy away from those things, especially when you're working in the digital medium. Build up the other eyelid.
So sometimes I'll watch videos of this stuff sped up because this is hours and hours of just editing.
Muscles sitting on top.
It's actually working right now too.
I'll make him a little bit dumber, give him a little bit less of the green space there. Gotta smooth it out so that like those multiple lines, crazy surfaces don't distract me from what's really happening with my sculpt. quickly blocking in the wrinkles. Guess he'll be.
Yeah, and everyone's so easy. So it's like you have like maybe
Once they have like more or less the shapes in place, the bigger anatomical structures, they'll all start playing around more with the oral shapes, proportions, to stretch things around.
What's up, man? You did read the costume. That looks amazing. That's really nice. That's very nice. You killed it, man. Can I see the inside? Oh, that's amazing. Way to go, dude. And the pin, too? Please tell me this is ZBrush. That's awesome. Can they take a photo of you?
see this coming.
Oh, wait.
All the good stuff.
Love that my phone. No, I'm just in.
I'm gonna do Portugal after you. Yeah, that's perfect.
Just turn off those little lines that label on the brush creams.
Yeah, he is. He's like, I want to.
She's like, I'm gonna put my head into it. One more year. Oh, what? And then also, yeah, it's still there. I was like, yeah, so that's like,
Kind of going all over the sculpt. You're refining it. Well,
That's why I was like, wait. I would love to afford that. That was amazing.
30 days free trial.
Yeah, 30 days. Right. I still can't afford it. No.
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah? And I'm like, great.
Nice. Yeah, that's coming up soon, right? Yeah, that's
How much is
that's amazing.
you should have heard him on there. You should have heard him on the shirt.
Don't forget to drop ZBrush. Just let him know. Cheers, man.
Yeah, that's like, that was just what is it? It's like, yeah, I wish I could take it. See his girlfriend. Dr. Phil?
There we go. I said I'd pay a visit for a photo.
He's
At some
going.
point I'll have to break the symmetry. And I'm keeping it as long as I can since it really helps me to save a little bit of time.
Oh no.
No, that's just a football game. Yeah, she got the t-shirt done, yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Does that do just the sculpting? Does that do more like the, does that do just the sculpting, or does that also do the painting?
This is right now just sculpting.
Just sculpting? Just sculpting. Does the software do other things too, or is it just sculpting?
Ask one of those. I'm working with videos,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, based on my understanding, it can do sculpting, and also some of the assets can move to other software that can be like moving around and joining. It's a fundamental of what you're doing in terms of sculpture. In terms of
Did you export that file out to make like statues?
yes, and then also I do know that this can be converting to like multiple polygons, and then some other software can access the data of the polygons and make adjustments.
I noticed it does jewelry as well. This will do jewelry.
Yes.
I'm a designer as well, jewelry designer. So that's why I've never seen this for jewelry design.
Kingsley, he knows more of the software than I do, and then also anything over there, they design it out of that. So maybe
This
I'll
will do
give it to
jewelry design as well.
Yeah, we have you ever heard of Thomas Wittelsbach? He's a good friend of ours. He does jewelry design with our program. He's one of the last Wittelsbachs in this clan. So like some of the stuff he does for their program.
I need information on this. The company I work for, I do like open mic. So to get even more something to do. But this is really good. We're getting into this type of jewelry now. So you have information on this program?
Yes.
Will this take it? So once you do this program, do you still need a CAD, or will this go straight into like that cast?
Yeah, so like he does molding, he's also done 3D printing, depends where you want to go. I want to bring you to someone that knows even more than I do, so that we can get you this correctly.
It's not that ugly anymore.
Well, no, you know the funny thing about like sculptings, the more I see like different artists do, the more of their heritage comes out. Yeah, because the previous girl, she does like angelic stuff, right? So she's like, and then like from the facial of that, I see her like almost like a Russian mafia in a way, you know, like the way they're cringing and then the nose.
That's what I kind of, yeah.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's very, it really stands out, you know. Yeah, but it just.
No, I hear it.
Yeah.
I do some like also angelic stuff, as you say. It's like it depends like how you feel like in the moment. Like sometimes you're like, okay, you like some satanic goat right now. Or sometimes like, okay, we're gonna do something prettier, some pretty girl.
Yeah, it's just the freckles and then the forehead.
I just want to give them like this impression of like sick kind of.
Yeah, very satanic, very sinister in a way. Yeah. No, it's very surprising how a few scratches here and there that make the character like stands out.
Yeah. It's like And the more you sculpt, like the more you kind of pick up on those like neat little things. So I guess this process of learning kind of never ends.
Okay. Yeah, let's see.
Sorry.
How much do you charge like for a sculpting like that?
For sculpt like that, I don't know, like I guess it always depends like on the sculpture itself, but like I mean this one so far is pretty rough, right? Like
Like, but for example, like good, I don't know, like the collectible over there, for example.
like-
Really detailed, good one.
yeah, I have like for example, I'm actually like doing those kind of like sculptures that I 3D printed. I mold them and then I cast them.
Yeah.
So busts.
So for example, just a detail like in STL, for example.
just the STL.
Yeah.
You see, like I don't really sell STLs in general. Like if I sell like the final sculpture, then it's around usually like $100, I guess, for the bust.
Yeah. For example, if you imagine like you're that I don't know, we produce toys and we want a STL for the toy that you can make.
Okay. Well, yeah, you know, like it can like still widely differ. Like it'll depend on the complexity of the sculpt. You know, like if it's a human or it's a dragon, because like the amount of details and work that goes.
For example, a dragon, I imagine is more detailed, right?
Yeah, yeah. So,
So a dragon, like
I'll. I don't know, like it's again like hard to tell you like exact price. Like,
no, it's just I was like it just was an average, like just to know, you know. Because you do a pretty much really good job at what I see over there on the screen.
yeah, like you know, it just I lately haven't done much like of the freelance because like mostly my free time I spend like doing stuff for myself. You know, those kind of sculptures, then like molding and etc. That's why like it's
So you are available like on the freelance. You like always pick up like jobs like selling STLs, modeling,
It's like-
or
I'm available for freelance if the job is right, I guess. Because I work a lot full time, like movies type of thing. So basically, like when I do work like this, like I'm doing right now, it's usually like personal
Hobby.
projects, or if I'm taking a freelance gig, like I usually want to be like very, very interested in doing it. Otherwise, I'll just like kind of keep your money. I don't want to do it anymore.
Okay.
It's like you can start fine, but like I know myself, like if I'm not like big fan of a project, then like I'll just get bored like halfway through.
I understand.
That's why like nowadays I'm like if I'm taking a project, I want to do it.
Yeah, for sure. And I have a question that you do your work a lot in ZBrush. Like for example, is there any way that you when you export in STL, is there any program that it goes if you want to go like for example to produce a toy that you need to transform the file from STL to an STP or something like that?
No, not really. I mean, like in my opinion, STL is pretty much like the final file as long as it's like prepared for the 3D printing. Basically, what you need to do is like once you're done sculpting, you want to 3D print this thing, right? To make it into like a toy. So, like yeah, in this case, like you can use like Autodesk Sketch Tab, I think it's called.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, NetSab Sketch Tab. NetSab. Yeah, and it like does very nice work in like cleaning up the mesh, like from potential errors that like some 3D printers can find like in your 3D files.
right.
I don't know, like it's more
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
technical side of it, but yeah, like sometimes you need to run your projects through this stuff. It also depends on the printer because I had some printers that are more friendly like to the raw sculpt that you kind of just finish it, quickly decimate it just to reduce the amount of polygons and feed it to the printer and it just prints it, and it's fine. And then some other printers, they kind of say like, oh no, there's some errors, clean it up, bring it back type of thing. So that's where you started involving like, softwares like NetFab to do this. There are a lot of like different softwares that do print preparation, like clean up.
Yeah, but basically, like if you have the STL, that's it, right?
Yeah, with the STL you can 3D print your own thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem, buddy.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to charge our kid. We got what is the bird? The little one, scar. Scarberry. You got Scarberry, yes. Yeah, all the cherries are not wet.
Okay, I got to the point where sculptures becomes a little bit laggy.
Yeah, the guy, well, the guy will give it to the kids. To the kids. Yeah, the company that does the grading. Yeah, you teach them, like, you want to go to the kids. They have a raffle. So you can go and snack for the raffle and then you talk to the kids and then teaches them what it is he's doing and then
I think we may be able to
shows them the part and shows them how to make it. I know, like, kids are here or like, they have like a staff.
didn't want to open much. It's only day 2.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for.
Nasty dudes. Russian kitten.
Nasty. So you work mostly in Dynamesh mode at first?
The sculptures, I just
Oh,
started.
you're doing Sculptures Pro mostly?
It was like, yeah. Ever since I discovered sculptures, that was sculptures life. Literally, it's a lifestyle nowadays.
So do you even use Dynamesh anymore?
Like right now I start getting into almost 400K, where sculptures will start slowing down a little bit. So I think like at that point I can maybe use Dynamesh, or at that point I can just like
Remesh it, and then subdivide?
Yeah. So actually, like especially if I'm doing busts, it's usually sculptures, and then a little bit of ZBrush. Dynamesh is cool, but oh man, when you have sculptures, that's it. Like I feel like with this guy, I'm gonna get soon into this position where I have to actually remesh him. Because I want to maybe like start moving his head and this kind of stuff. And, it's a little easier with the low res mesh. I'll quickly, I don't know.
So your goal is this piece is just make a nice bust, like kind of like a...
Yeah, it's kind of like the way usually I approach my stuff, like when I'm working on my personal busts, or like sculpts, or when I want to like come up with some idea, I just kind of bang out a bust or a bunch. Like sometimes they can go like this, then say like this progress, and I'll just duplicate it, and I'll go with experiment with some crazy ideas, and I can just completely turn him into a different character. And oftentimes by the end of my session, I'll have like a whole bunch of busts, kind of like evolving one from another, and you get like a whole bunch of like characters to work with, choose from.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
What are some of your favorite brushes that you like to use a lot?
Clay build-up, I think, is like 90% of my stuff. Yeah. It just because you can do anything. I mean, like I can just keep building up, and with the sculptures, like there is no limit to it. Yeah, it kind of like when I work with it, I feel more like it's a traditional almost sculpting. Yeah. I use like in the beginning when I just start kind of moving the shapes, I like to use snake hook. Again, especially with sculptures, it's just beautiful. Like, look, all this is like quickly you just squeeze those shapes out of. Like, I could continue like building him up like this. Sometimes actually, like if I build up a bust and then I realize that I want to make it into a full character, I'll just create later on like a Z-sphere, maybe a rig quickly, and then like just merge those two together and continue working from that. Yeah, as you can see, I'm still like hesitant moving to Dynamesh or anything like that.
We got some people
Sculptures
commenting they agree they like Sculptures Pro was a huge add-on.
Yeah.
So do you ever use the Tessimate option that's in the geometry that in essence we ripped out of Sculpture?
I remember you mentioned it in one of the videos, and I remember at that time I was like, "Oh, this is
I was
cool."
just wondering if you did. Yeah.
No, because I forget about it. So wait, what exactly is it? You see, like I'm not.
So tessellate the whole mesh and make it all equally distributed. So like, see right now, if you look right when you're turning this on, see how all your sculpt is obviously on the head, right, and then your body you haven't really touched, right. So Tessimate in essence is ripping Sculptors Pro off and making a one button. So then what it'll do is look at the entire model and equally distribute the same size triangle.
And keep the.
So it's a way to sometimes when you feel like maybe I've got too many triangles, I can use this kind of as I use it sometimes almost like a decimator for Sculptors Pro.
Let's see.
Right? No, but now just do this. Don't do that.
Yeah, like how much?
No, that's fine. No, you go bigger, we'll give you bigger triangles. Wait, watch this. No, do that. Click Tessimate. Okay, now just move the slider, start moving it slowly, and you'll see the model will update automatically. So now you just find the one you want. There you go.
How come I didn't know about this
There you go.
option?
See, now you're back down to 178,000.
That's pretty dope.
Right? Now you're at 1.7 million.
Oops.
Is that how many triangles or?
Yeah. Well, no, that's how many active points.
Pushing this guy to the
That's how many active points. So,
There's 7 million points going on.
well, yeah, you can go up to like 100 million in ZBrush if you want to.
How does the computer process that?
We're using nothing but the processor and the RAM, and then virtual. We don't use the video card at all.
Oh, really?
No. So it's kind of our own system we built in. So I was just Nikita, like as he's working, what I was just talking to him about was a system we developed that just kind of across the board make all the triangles be relatively the same size. So now you're gonna, it's almost like a Dynamesh triangulation sculptor's thought process.
That's really, that's crazy.
So now he just sits here and sculpts and just starts creating and pushing.
And it just automatically updates?
Yeah, it's like
So as he sculpts, it adds triangles.
Those are all
If I
triangles.
want to,
Oh
like,
my gosh.
carve tinier details. Yeah, like it just updates it.
Jeez, that's
Sculptures
crazy.
is awesome.
That's awesome.
And those are all triangles. Wow, that's mind-boggling. So is this how people make like character models for like video games and whatnot?
Yeah.
Wow. So those character models have
Pretty much most of the stuff you're seeing here,
Yeah.
all of Funko is made in this software. Yep.
But
All the statues everything you see here on this is made in ZBrush, except for those two boosters. The Lady Deadpool is made in ZBrush. In fact, that artist is going to be on the booth tomorrow sculpting Lady Deadpool here.
Lady Deadpool, that's great.
So most of the stuff, almost everything you see at Sideshow.
Yeah, Deadpool's pretty cool.
Yep. Movies, games, collectible, all over the place, toys.
It's just crazy how like, wow, it's so detailed. Anyway, sorry, that's just I think it's really
No
cool.
worries.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. If you want more information, I can bring you back. We'll follow up if you want more information. There you go.
Awesome.
You can play with that Tessimate now and see if it.
Yeah.
Wait, your workflow
I'm
somewhere.
right now like just afraid that like I'm gonna crash the computer. It almost crashed, so I'm like just gonna project it for now, but now that I know the live update.
Because it's kind of then work kind of like a Dynamesh for you with Sculptris Pro in a way, like equally distribute down the triangles. And you can, by the way, if you mask, it'll only tessellate where it's not masked.
Oh, that's pretty dope. Yeah.
So it'll decimate that too. And then it's live, so as you adjust the slider, it automatically. So the beauty part is you don't have to do undo, undo, undo. You just change your slider.
Yeah, and
And
just
then
kind of
watch and
settle
see
it.
where it's settling in.
It's pretty wonderful. When did this option get introduced?
Tessimate got introduced when Sculptris Pro came out.
Oh, okay.
It's in essence part of the Sculptris Pro engine.
I think I was so blown away by
There's so much
Sculptris,
stuff. There's so much stuff that comes
forgot
out,
to
right?
check.
But this is why we do stuff like this and why we stream it, so people can discover
I know,
it.
right? And I'm discovering it. Right? It's crazy.
People are just saying they just learned that it was new to them.
There you go. Boom. Everybody learns today.
That's why we're doing this.
Okay.
It's a very. Are you going to continue on him for your next time tomorrow?
I feel like
Or you wanna do
I was
something new?
thinking, yeah, something new.
It's a cool piece. You should finish it.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Do you go into a point where you go ham and add some color to him, and give him a little color?
That's actually like I'm thinking right now, like quickly throw in like a little bit of like skin textures and give him some kind of color of bones or something like that. I've created a while back for this stuff. I created a cool brush. Let me see if I loaded it. I called it Tube Organic Random. Look at this, what it does. Okay,
You're in subdivision levels.
I'll do it on the eyes. Yeah, that kind of thing. What I did, I created like different sized or shapes, like parts of the tubes, and then I remember I mixed them up somehow.
Yeah, you can tell on the brush.
Yeah,
that
like
you can.
What brushes you use?
what brushes? It's all about brushes.
Holy shit!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is David Igo from Sideshow.
Oh,
Company.
sorry. I mean,
No, we're
sorry.
streaming live. Bro.
Oh,
this is
you're
what we
live?
want.
So
Yeah,
much,
this is what we
so
want.
much beer in there.
Go ahead, get your face in there. Get your face in there.
That's so
awesome.
cute.
Taking questions. So him and I were just having conversations. We take questions.
I thought you were just talking with him and talking to this guy. I didn't know you were actually like doing it. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. This is what we want.
Awesome.
This is all, like we never streamed on the
I'm
show
gonna come
like
harass
this.
the shit with Will's on this too. Like,
Joe Mena gave me a kiss when I was on the booth. So
oh yeah?
yeah, you know.
Joe's a unique one. This is great. I didn't know what he was using. It's awesome.
Yeah. He's sculpting today and tomorrow.
Yeah,
For an hour.
yay.
Awesome. Sweet.
I know, it's pretty
If anything
crazy.
ever bails in the last second, just text me. If not,
Where's your booth?
Watch her come with one of
underneath the
more
4600
expensive ones. Like, no, I don't.
like there.
Oh, you do have a booth here.
Yeah. Without my monster stuff. It's just my my co-op, my buddies. So it's a looks like cartoon show banner. You're like, oh, looks like cartoon show. It's not yet.
That's rough.
Yeah, I know, dude. That's awesome. Whoa.
Just move this thing and then into its own subtool. It's a good like start. Usually I like to use it when I want to like have some kind of organic looking wine or something. Brush.
Solomon's insane. I saw his sunglasses somewhere in one box in my house. We met Johnson.
Oh, whatever, I don't want it first.
Only beef jerky? Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're like, oh, we're gonna go to Coachella.
Right, so
Right? Coachella. Yeah. You gotta be able to wear like a thing.
okay, and I'm gonna create some dull colors. Create a brush.
Like chicks?
No, it's more like this.
ZBrush use the dance.
You can do the new Subcribe, but it's just called a rock of pad.
Alright. So, yeah, everyone goes like black Baycon. This one, throw it out there.
Oh,
Wow, mine.
Or like the Black Panther.
No, it was before that. Alright, you know what's crazy? We actually had
I asked someone once.
the same sentence. I'm like, what? Like he said two different words.
That's like a quick generic loan.
Now four, like me. Calm.
I'll be hanging out with that.
Oh, because Will.
So, for the party, you guys just put it on
10 to 15 minutes to go.
Did you guys get flyers?
Try to
Well, you, in that email,
Trying
you
to get
can
it done.
yeah, but we didn't get any emails.
I told Will to take care of you guys when he sent the name. I already
I was just making sure you know, like, actual email we were supposed to.
No, Will should send you a flyer.
right. All this all done. What I'm gonna do now? I'll use this ZBrush again.
He's using a.
He's using a
Oh, what
He's using a
pen?
Cintiq.
Oh, yeah.
If that's the question somebody was asking. Someone's asking, he's making a pen tab. I'm assuming you're asking the device that Nikita's on. It's a 24-inch Wacom Cintiq on their new arm too.
Hold on. This new arm, man. It's wobbly. Ah, look at that.
Yeah, I did. I leaned on mine a little bit. You can push it down more.
I don't think so. It like
Yeah, it's
just
not gonna go
jumps
all
back.
the way down.
Well, you put your chair on those crates so you can go up higher instead of lowering it.
You're thinking outside of the box there.
Yeah, that's what I do, man. That's why they think it's
That's what he did.
super awesome stuff you guys got. Just giving away ZBrush. Anyone that comes up, like, maybe ZBrush is not great. We're doing that.
So I'm thinking. I think that I wanted to kind of group those lines around.
How do I earn it? I want to just be I'm not one of those free college kids. Like, you can be there for free 30
We don't have to see them like sit for
36 and double adults, 18 and students now, right? That's usually what I use for that is 18 or decent. That's good. This past 40. 40. That's past 40.
Okay, this thing doesn't have enough resolution right now, and I don't want to. Just kind of wanted to throw in some texture here with it as well. Poly. Okay, whatever. Just move on. Next time. So,
Get out, using it, or are you
do wedding girl for this guy? Okay.
I wouldn't really look like run a lot.
Okay. Insert that. Awesome. Cool bone brush. Oh god. Created a giant bone.
You just scrolls all day, every day?
Well,
Can throw in
this is 5120. They're
just a little bit how
When's
deep
your
this
thing?
bone is generated.
no 30 minutes.
Oh, cool.
He's ending the day.
Ew. Mark Newman's at 1?
You missed Mark Newman.
That's how I'm not going to
We're focusing on Nikita right now, okay?
Dude, Nikita's awesome. I didn't even know Nikita was going to be here. I was telling
Well,
him.
you know, I like to surprise you with things every now and then.
Thank God.
I really wonder
He's
what
one of the
this is like right now for the people watching. Like, what is going on over there?
I watched a little bit while I was talking to Mark, and you can hear everything.
Perfect.
Oh yeah?
So you hear a lot of checks.
That's good. I was very careful with not dropping any F.
I'm loud on purpose so they can hear.
Yeah, that's good.
What's going to happen? They're going to kick you off this hour.
I like Big Trouble in Little China. I wore that for my birthday party, baby. I did an 80s theme.
It's this like I did the whole thing like about 3 years ago.
Really?
And it's like it's weird. You walk around a place like this, you expect everybody to be like, yeah. I got like five people like, oh,
Dude, there's some. That's super referencey. Like I like now you sound like.
me in my head, man.
Yep.
I didn't know until you said it. Now I know.
But I had the whole thing.
Nikita,
That, like, lace
high five, keep kicking ass, man.
I'll find you.
My samurai mecha.
Find you where?
I don't know. I'll be around, man. Here, Facebook message me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all text. You international text. I'm sorry, man.
All right, buddy. I'll find you.
There, guys.
Now you're running into people.
I will find him.
Hate everyone.
So yeah, I'm throwing in bones.
Oh yeah, you're done in 5 minutes, Nikita. Okay, so you got 5 more minutes with Nikita.
Things that I can accomplish in 5 minutes.
Well, you're going
Let's
tomorrow.
see.
It's just anybody's got any last minute questions. Okay? But we're not done. Remember, we got 30 minutes, right? And then Brody's already here. You're at 5:30. 5:30. Brody Perkins. Okay, so we're going to have 30 minutes of break between Nikita and Brody, and then Brody will finish the night off because the show ends at 7 o'clock here, but the streams will end at 6:30. Oh, that's cool.
I kind of got some color going on.
Yeah.
This is super random brush, sometimes too random, but that's the beauty of it.
That's like boom, final touch right there.
Yeah. Set it, Paul. Okay. Now I'm gonna just throw them details in it.
It's way down. I mean, if it's like really
Okay, so I just
plain. I'll leave that up to you. I'm just gonna do my
cover him with details.
It's horrible.
It's my generic kind of ZBrush. Created with all the standard ZBrush tools. I love it. It actually has so much potential and use, especially like for kind of creature stuff, things you can do. And just creates a nice breakup texture. Really love this brush. When I'm creating skin detail and all, I really like it. It's always there, like at least to some degree. Kind of, even if I'm using some kind of like exfoliating textures or something, I still throw in this brush. What you can do is once you throw in the main stroke, get in and accentuate some of those details, raise the level. There. But yeah, like just breaking up the surface afterwards. Like so, real quick. Once you spend like a good half an hour just like burying the surface that you've created, and maybe like going over certain cracks in the skin and really accentuating them, it can get pretty cool. Okay, let's see what bam. Create skin textures. Actually, go there. I want to break away from the symmetry. How much time do we have?
You got 2 minutes.
Woo!
I think we're doing good. I think the only issue we've had.
Okay, I should really like probably insert him some real teeth in there, but just good old carving. I often do this stuff like while I'm kind of flying through the sculpt in order for it not to kind of slow me down. just kind of get the idea across. And it does, right? At least those shapes start reading. So you get an idea of like, oh, am I going in the right way? Kind of.
Oh, you're right there.
So you don't use layers. It's multiple workers. Because I can get you all my other toys. So bring those patterns and stuff like that. All of a sudden, okay, well that'll be another action. And then I just put the layer on. But yeah, send me an email. That way I can put it in our internal tracker that we look at for every release. Sometimes things that we want to do, but then it ends up, okay, no, that's going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Those are gorgeous.
Yeah, and then there's things we're trying to get out. It's a balance. It's a balance. Okay, Nikita. All right. Finished up, so you want to say goodbye to everybody? He's going to switch to you full screen.
Bye, beautiful
Right,
giant.
here's your camera.
Bye, everybody.
There you go.
All right, that was fun. That was fun. Okay.
All right, and you'll be on again tomorrow.
Okay. Let me say.